G'day everyone. So today's question is whether a tender is an offer. Interesting question. Hang around and I will tell you the answer to that. G'day everyone. Simon here from Shrewd. We provide commercial support to the Commonwealth to help the Commonwealth successfully deliver value for money projects. So is a tender an offer? Now, just before I answer this, let's make sure you understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the request for tender or the request for proposal or the request for quote. I'm not talking about those market documents. I'm talking about the tenderer's tender that they lodge in response to those market documents. In this case, that is what's called the tender. So is the tender an offer? Yes, it is. And that tendered offer by the tenderer is capable of acceptance by the government or, the Commonwealth, whoever it is, the state government or the Commonwealth who's issued the tender. So let's just back the truck up for 2 seconds. So when the Commonwealth or a state government issues a tender, that is what's classified as an invitation to treat. It's like clothes in a clothes shop. When you go into that shop and you want to buy, the dress or the jeans that are on display, you don't just accept the offer by going up to the counter and accepting the price that's on the price tag. There's one step before that, which is the actual clothes or the items being out for display are classified as an invitation to treat. When you go up to the cashier to pay for the dress or the jeans, you're making an offer to purchase the jeans or the dress at the relevant price. Now, it's up to then the shop or the cashier to accept that offer. So if they put the incorrect price tag on the jeans or the dress, then they don't actually have to accept your offer. So similar concept with invitations to treat in tender documents. So the actual market documents, the RFT, the RFQ, the RFP, the expression of interest, they are all invitations to treat. And when a tenderer lodges their tender response, they are making an offer that is then capable of acceptance by the government or by the party that issued the tender. So I hope that makes sense, and that's all based under contract law. So invitation to treat, the tender is an offer. The offer set out in the tender is then capable of acceptance by the Commonwealth or the state government or the party that issued the tender. So that's how all of that works. Now, generally, just as an aside, you want to have, or you usually include in your market documents an offer period, which is the amount of time that the tender's offer remains valid. And it's also the amount of time by which you then have the ability to accept the tenderer's offer. So you want to make sure, depending on the complexity of your tender, that you leave the offer period open or you leave the tender able to be accepted by the Commonwealth or open for such a period of time so as to give yourself enough time to evaluate the tenders. So most RFTs, RFQs, RFPs, etc. have an offer validity period of say 90 days, but if you're going out for a complex tender, you may in fact want to have that as 180 days or even up to a year if it's a super complex and expensive tender. So there we go, the gospel according to St. Simon. Not that I'm referring to myself as a saint, but I suppose I sort of did. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch, simon@shrewd.com.au, 1-800-SHREWD or 1-800-747-393. I hope that helps.